no amount of money ever feels safe. Not really. Not for long inside your quiet body. You hit a number you once dreamed about, and the relief barely lasts a single full day. Then, almost without warning, the worry creeps back in, just wearing a slightly different quiet costume. You check the balance, the number looks fine, but something inside your chest still tightens uncomfortably. By the end of this, you'll understand that feeling and feel a little calmer sitting beside it. This isn't greed, and it really isn't some quiet flaw in your character that you must fix. It's a nervous system that learned, a long time ago, that safety was never truly guaranteed anywhere. So the mind keeps moving the finish line, because crossing it never quite made you feel safe. You earn more, and the goal slowly shifts again, like a horizon you can never actually reach. You save more, and a new fear appears, whispering that this still isn't quite enough yet either. The number on the screen changes, but the feeling underneath stays stubbornly, hauntingly, exhaustingly the same. That feeling has a real name, and naming it is the first quiet step toward softening it. It's financial anxiety dressed up as ambition, scarcity quietly wearing the polished costume of being responsible. It can look like discipline from outside, but inside it hums, saying not yet, not safe yet. Notice how rarely anyone talks about this exact part of money out loud with each other honestly. We celebrate raises and milestones, but rarely mention the small emptiness that arrives right after them. That quiet letdown when the new amount lands and your body still refuses to fully exhale afterward. The gap between the number and the feeling is where this whole anxiety actually lives, quietly waiting. For a long time, you may have thought the answer was simply more of basically everything. More income, more savings, more cushion, because more has been the loud message your entire adult life. But somewhere along the way, you probably noticed that more wasn't doing what it had quietly promised. The promotion came, the savings grew, and your inner standards for safety quietly grew right alongside them. The lifestyle expanded, and the fear of losing that lifestyle expanded too, in perfect anxious matching step. This is the quiet trap nobody really warned you about back when you were still much younger. The trap isn't that you want more, it's that more was never the real underlying need anyway. The real need underneath is a feeling. I'm okay. I am safe. I can finally breathe out. No amount of money has ever been able to fully deliver that exact feeling on its own, because that feeling was never really broken by money in the very first place to begin with. It was shaped, often very early, by experiences that taught your young body to stay quietly alert. Maybe you watched a parent count cash at the kitchen table late, their jaw quietly tight afterward. Maybe you heard hushed conversations through walls about bills, or watched a card get declined in public. Maybe you watched something get lost, a home, a job, a calm sense of normal, everyday, quiet life. You may not remember the exact moment, but your nervous system remembers every small detail of it. It quietly filed money in the same folder as danger, and that folder never fully closed again. Now every balance check, every unexpected bill, is a small alarm ringing inside a body trained to listen. Even when the danger is long gone, the alarm system stays installed, still scanning, still ready, still waiting. This is why people who are objectively okay can still feel constantly, quietly, and inexplicably broke inside. It isn't denial or drama. It's a body that learned its old lesson too well to ever stop. So the mind keeps reaching for a number high enough to finally turn that old alarm off forever. But the alarm isn't really connected to the number. It's connected to a much older, deeper story. And you simply cannot out-earn a feeling that started long before you ever earned anything at all. You can only meet it gently and slowly teach it that the original danger has actually passed already. There's another piece to this, quieter but just as heavy, and worth naming honestly together here. It's comparison, and the way it has quietly soaked into every ordinary scrolling moment of modern life. You open a phone to check the weather, and somehow you see someone's brand new car instead. You scroll for distraction and absorb 10 lives that look effortless, while a small voice whispers, "You're behind." Behind who? On what timeline? By whose standards the voice sets a moving target you can never touch? That moving target is part of why your own real progress almost never feels like enough anymore. You aren't comparing yourself to your past self, who would honestly be a little amazed at you now. You compare yourself to a highlight reel curated by an algorithm trained to keep you watching for longer. That reel, by careful design, will always make whatever you have look slightly small and quietly lacking. Let's pause here for a moment, because this part really deserves a little quiet, honest, gentle attention. Think about the last time you felt that specific money anxiety actually move through your body somewhere. Was it opening an app, seeing a bill, or hearing a friend casually mention their recent bonus? Was it lying in bed at night, doing quiet mental math you never asked your tired mind to start? If you feel like it, leave a comment about when that money anxiety tends to quietly show up for you. Your honest words might be exactly what another quiet viewer needed to read tonight before finally sleeping. Sometimes just hearing someone else describe it out loud makes the whole thing feel slightly less lonely inside. Now, let's come back to what's really happening underneath all of this checking and silent constant counting. There is a part of you that truly believes if you stay vigilant enough, nothing bad will happen ever. You check, refresh, recount, replay the budget, each one a small attempt to feel that everything is okay. But the relief from checking lasts shorter and shorter the more often you actually do it each day. Because the checking isn't really about the number, it's about chasing a quiet inner feeling of safety. And safety, real safety, has never truly been something a small glowing screen could fully deliver anyway. This is the strange loop where so many smart, capable, kind people quietly get stuck for many years. Working hard, saving carefully, doing everything supposedly right, and still feeling vaguely unsafe deep down inside. It isn't that you're doing money wrong, it's that money was quietly asked to do far too much. You asked it to be your sense of self, your sense of safety, and your whole sense of worth. That is a heavy job for a number, and no number was ever really built to carry it. This is also why earning more often makes the anxiety louder, not quieter, for so many thoughtful people. Because more money means more to lose, and the mind once scared of nothing becomes scared of losing something. The fear doesn't disappear, it changes shape, while the same old feeling asks the same quiet question underneath. Am I safe yet? Am I safe yet? Am I finally, fully, deeply, properly, truly safe yet now? Here is something gentle worth knowing, and worth letting really land before you scroll away from this tonight. Your anxiety around money is not proof that something is fundamentally wrong with you as a human person. It is proof that something inside you has been working overtime to keep you protected and quietly alive. That part isn't a flaw. It's a quiet protector that started its long shift inside you very early. It doesn't need to be fought or shamed. It needs to be noticed, thanked, and slowly shown things changed. The child who first felt this fear is not the same adult sitting here, breathing, listening right now. The adult has options, resources, knowledge, and choices the younger version simply never had access to before. But the protector inside doesn't always get that memo unless you take some real time to share it gently. You can share it in small, quiet, unglamorous ways that don't require any financial change at all whatsoever. Place a hand gently on your chest the next time you feel that familiar money tightness arrive suddenly. Take one slow breath and quietly say, "This feeling is old, and I'm actually safe right now." You aren't lying to yourself, and you aren't bypassing the real concerns sitting honestly inside your life. You're reminding the old alarm system that this particular moment is not the actual real emergency today. Over time, that small practice softens the grip, even if it doesn't completely erase the worry overnight quickly. Another small thing that helps is widening the lens beyond the number glowing on the screen tonight. When the anxiety spikes, look around the room and notice the small ordinary signs that today you are okay. Money anxiety always lives in the future. In the worst case, in the imagined version of tomorrow morning. Your senses live here, in the actual present, where most quiet catastrophes are not actually happening today. Bringing yourself back again and again is its own quiet, underrated kind of real financial, emotional well-being. It is also worth gently questioning the old story that more will finally bring the calm you want. If the calm hasn't arrived at this number, it likely won't arrive at the next one either, honestly. The calm is a separate practice, built quietly alongside the money, not delivered automatically by it ever. People who feel steady around money got there by changing their relationship with the feeling, not the number itself. That same shift is available to you right now, without earning a single extra dollar this very tonight. You can start by simply noticing every single time the thought, "It is not enough," quietly shows up. Not arguing with it, not fully believing it, just watching it like familiar passing weather outside the window. Over time, you will see it isn't a fact about your life, it is just a habit of mind. Habits of mind can shift slowly, with kindness, with awareness, and with a little patient, gentle daily repetition. None of this means money doesn't matter, or that the real financial pressures in your life aren't completely real. They are, and your concerns deserve real respect, not dismissal, not toxic positivity, and definitely not flat denial. But there is a difference between solving a real problem and quietly feeding an old, anxious internal loop forever. One feels grounded, focused, and finite, while the other feels endless, foggy, and bottomless deep inside the chest. Learning to tell those two quietly apart is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself now. You don't have to do any of this perfectly, and you really don't have to do it all today. Just noticing the loop, naming it, and breathing through it once already begins to gently loosen its grip. If something here resonated, take a quiet moment for yourself before you move on with the rest of your night. If you'd like more videos that gently untangle the feelings behind your money, subscribe and tap the bell. It quietly helps this channel reach other people, carrying the same heavy, invisible weight in silence tonight. Remember this, as gently as you possibly can, on the long nights the old worry comes creeping back. You were never broken for feeling this way. You were only listening to a very old, faithful alarm. You were allowed to put it down slowly, softly. One breath, one balance, one ordinary day at a time.